Hello, today I am reading on Ted Cruz and if he's going to resign. I have a new deck, new to me, and it is the Neo Tarot by Jericho Mandible. A fresh approach to self-care, healing, and empowerment. It's a nice set. I'm not crazy about the fact that the book is stuck, bound to the boxing. I guess as a way so you don't lose the book and you keep it all together, but I don't care for that. You can peel it away, but that's the one drawback. Beautiful deck though. Warning though, it has very stiff stock, matte, beautiful, colorful work, but really requires breaking in. And there's a very quick unboxing of the Neo Tarot. It is a beautiful deck, and I am just shuffling it now because, as you may or may not know, when you get a new deck, with especially tarot, there's sequence, and it's all in sequence. It's all, so you want to shuffle it up. It's major and minor arcana are all start to finish Fool to the World, and then the minor arcana. That's all in order, so you have to really shuffle it. You have to break it in. It's part of the ritual of getting a deck. Making sure you shuffle it thoroughly. So that's what I'm doing. And I am focusing on Ted Cruz and whether or not he's just going to resign. He's such a coward. There's the logical mind in me says he's easily swayed, but let's just, he's also very clingy and is just clinging to Trump. I mean, this man can insult his wife, insult his father, insult him, and it's like he licks his boots. And most people do not have any respect for Ted. No matter where you fall on politics, I think that a good guess would be that I'm betting other Republicans don't have any respect for him either. Anyways, we're going to look at Ted Cruz. I'm sorry, Canadians. I wish we could send him back. I know you don't want him either. But we don't want him. I never get good cards for him. I know that I've read on him in the past. And the one thing that's always, these guys, none of them get good ending cards. So one of the things is that I can only tell you, and it sounds like a cop-out, but it's not. Karma is looking at these guys good and hard because, again, I always like to remind people, when you're given the privilege, whether you know it or not, of a position of power, and you don't serve it correctly, and especially where you are meant with the saying with like greater power comes greater responsibility, you are held, I want to remind people, to a karmically more intense level because you have been given a privilege of power to use it correctly. And so when you don't, whether your platform of fame is as a politician or whatever, even a entertainer, when you have the platform to reach many people, even just a simple tarot reader such as myself, you know what? You should not abuse that power, because it will come back at you. And it's not a joke. Ted's going to find it out. And not just Ted. A lot of people. Marjorie's finding out. Marge! Bye, Marge. Bye, bitch. She's going to go. I do feel... when I did a reading on her more recently, I saw Biden's like, they're not playing around with her. They want her gone, and I think they'll open an investigation into her. They most certainly are right now with their calling for her to go bye-bye. And it's just the start of removing her. And removing others like her. This is to send a very important message. But back to the other loser, Ted, who's just somebody I can have absolutely no respect for. But I shall set that aside for the moment, and I'll reach towards my ancestors, and I believe also, since I live here, the ancestors of the land I live upon, and the Creator, and my spiritual helpers, my other spirits that help me to read accurately, since I am a flawed human being, and to convey the symbols correctly. I give thanks. So we want to know, will Ted Cruz resign? Will he cave into this pressure, or will he just remain more resolute? What does his career future hold? And I'm talking near future, as well as further future. What I'm going to do this time, the lines of my pairs of cards will be, the first line will be the now. The second line I want to be like immediate future. And then the third line will be, for, like the end of the day, like much more distant future. If you catch my drift. Okay, I want to make sure I get this new deck of cards really shuffled, so pardon. Let's give it a shot. How does it look for Ted? What do you want to share with us? And we give thanks. What do we need to know about Ted's future, his present, immediate future, and further future? Just want to get, again, the cards a chance to get a really decent shuffle, folks. So do bear with me. All right. Here is the Empress. Okay. And death. Well, I got them shuffled well. The Four of Wands. This is publicly. You know, the public, societal, populace. We the people. The Page of Swords. Well, I think this is the taking action to end his career. The Empress is also about the gravy train, really, because she is abundance. She is having, to me, this access to just wealth. I would say tremendous privilege is the feeling that I am getting ends with that death card right now. So something big energy is shifting in Ted's life, because we get 2 of the 4 of his first cards are major arcana, and a lot of it has to do with society and us wanting him out of there, frankly. And also that he's a spy. A lot of us feel like he's a spy, feel like he's a traitor, and feel because he is. And I believe this really feels to me like a push from the populace for his termination as ever being able to hold office, any of that. Dunzo. End of your, like, really, you know, death means the end of that. And it's a radical change that will come. And also, okay, I'm getting another hit. You guys may have picked it up straight away, but the Empress, the women are just not going to. I think the women in power in Congress now and in Senate, they're just not going to allow people like Ted to stay. And I see this as public support too for, and there I think will be more women pushing for Ted's to lose office. There's already right now, and I'm about ready, and I'll include it. They'll find the link to push him to resign. He may or may not. But that's what this reading is about. So we see right here, there is some kind of ending. But let's carry on. This is the right now. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. And this is a woman again. She's falling under, as you can see, the Empress. So we have this. This to me feels like a definite person, feels like a woman that is one of a group. And I'm seeing they have money. Maybe it's funding. Maybe they're going to stop funding him. I don't know. 4 cups. Ooh, just not satisfied with him. I'm sorry, no, that's a 9 of cups. Again. Okay, you know how we're talking about something where money is concerned with him. There's going to be a radical change. Has to do with funding, could be a donor, a Queen of Pentacles. But I get that Death card around her money and around this satisfaction card of the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about satisfaction. And she feels like, what is it? I'm sure Mercer? I don't know. Somebody's funding him. And with that Death card, that puts me on notice that there could be some kind of change with this. Knight of Swords, it comes quickly. I almost put that in the wrong position. See, guys, need a little more copy. I am slow to get going. Once I do, look out. Yeah. And here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Money! She's well off, this woman. This woman here. She's coming into the near future. Because I remember I changed the position. This is the now. And there's a woman here that is significant where Ted Cruz is concerned. She's going after the money. And she's confident. Now, I don't know, is this someone who is... I'll know more by that third line, hopefully. Queen of Swords, we have two women. Okay, I told you about the women, and I thought it was more than one, so that answers that. We get the the Four of Pentacles, of course. Something he is not going to expect. The money. All right, let's get the rest of this laid down because I'm getting all kinds of... And then we get the Six of... then there's something here about, I think, donations or any kind of fund or help people that donate to him, support him financially. And this would be the public very quickly supporting something that a couple of women, I think, are kicking off to perhaps look into his finances. Let me just take a look here. The moon. Because there's some stuff that is in the shade. It needs to come out. And it deals with a significant amount of money. Page of Swords. That looks suspicious. Because it is with that moon. Something in Ted's finances. Here is the public supporting, in my opinion, and giving the benefit of aid, and I don't think it is to necessarily support Ted. I think I'm being shown a couple of women here who want to look at his finances and the legal angles, or they may call for that. And there is a radical, and this is the now, okay, so this is further into the future. This brings in some sort of I think it's the push to get him to resign and stirring up the support of the public for pressuring him. Then I see two women, and it looks like they want to look very much at his security with finances, and I feel like who backs him. Of course, this information I'm sure will be quickly for these, that they are women that are, in government office, like I feel like they are. I believe that they will, in the very near future, go active in looking at his personal pocketbook, his personal wealth. Because he's living a very padded lifestyle, is what I'm getting also with that Nine of Cups. And this Four of Pentacles says it's suspicious, perhaps there being a earning versus assets, or you know what I'm saying, that less money, but how does he have all this luxury? Who is supporting, who is helping? Because this Queen sees that the paperwork shows, I think, who's the donations, funding, who supports who, and how much. Also versus, this is feeling very much to me almost like for financial forensics on him, of who's supporting him, how much, figuring out how much he's getting donated. I feel like there's going an analysis going to happen where his funding is concerned. And it shows murky ties with the moon, that he is being given help, solid help. So let's pull a couple of extra cards, because this goes a little further into the future, and I see these, I believe that these women, unless this is a woman that's rushing to send funds, and another woman that's looking at that, that's also a possibility. Just to put that out there. Wheel of Fortune, the Star. Something of people, and there will be a change that's coming. And he's just exposed. He's just exposed. I just feel like there's nothing he can hide. Because I feel that there's healing that must happen, and he's one of those people that cannot remain in place. So I feel like he will have karmic, for one thing, accountability happen more quickly, put in the public spotlight, forensically, really looked at financially. Here he is trying to, this is some kind of defense, and the Hanged, well, this is woman because it's using a woman as rather than a man. Different perspective, though. And somebody gains a position of greater ability they gain higher ground by waiting, a certain delay, because there's some information or some perspective that they will put together. So I believe Ted is going to definitely come under much more scrutiny, particularly by at least one woman, and maybe but I feel like more with that, where if he's being funded by a woman, that's going to come under close scrutiny. And I feel that women in power play a pivotal, big role in where he's getting some finances and how he gets exposed also. And a delay will prove beneficial to someone who is trying to expose him. It will give them more strength, more leverage. Because it's going to show Five of Pentacles. It's going to show that there is a deficit or a debt, or poor finances, and this clarity is in contrast to a great deal, like I was saying earlier, of some feeling of padded wealth, of somebody maybe padding him up with money. And it's shady, it's not legal with that moon. If it were above board, we'd get the sun and we wouldn't have all of this. But the way he's doing something with money, the way he's being funded or supported, there's something wrong with it. And I see it being revealed. And that's perhaps why he also gets the Death card, the radical change. Because at the end of the day, it will show the moon that he's a deceitful, but like surprise us, yeah. But he gets revealed, and especially where his finances. He's in it for the money, guys. He's got debts, and it's all about money and trying to. The Fool and the Devil. Well, I think that says it all. He's the fool. He sold his soul to the devil for money. And the devil, Donald Trump, and I'm sure others who've given him loans or padded his bank account. So with that Death and this Fool and the cards that I'm getting shown of him being exposed for criminality that we know he's done, but this will definitely be like, and Ted, bye. Marjorie, bye. You guys are going to go bye-bye. And we might have to make more of an effort, because y'all are not going to do what you should, but you will end up going. That's what I see. So he may end up with that. Women might be able to push him to resign. They're going to definitely put the pressure on, and they're definitely going to say, you can resign. I think they're just going to end up exposing financial improprieties that he has with support and that kind of thing. So there's my reading. I don't necessarily know that he's going to resign, but I do see him being exposed financially, and it's not good. It's not good for Ted anyway. It's good for the rest of us, because that Ace of Swords and that Death says he's gone. He's going to be gone. He's not going to be able to stay. We saw that also, because this country needs healing, and people like him will go. So there you go. If you enjoyed my reading and you enjoy this content, please do like and subscribe. I would appreciate it very much. And feel free to share this video. Thank you.